Okay, so let's go back to your objective in this game, because if you've played the other faction, you kind of... I mean, the feeling I have is that there is no real purpose in the game. It's just make your nice city whichever you like. The game doesn't really try to kill you, the game doesn't set you an objective or anything. In this mod, I try to kind of tell a story in a little way. So you have this broken cart, which is crap. There is only 2 workers here, and it's an ugly mess. And so what you will need to do is to, of course, make a proper city. So you probably, let's hide this back. You probably want to make a new district center like this. It's nice, but you cannot build this. So you need planks for this, right? And at the moment you don't have planks. Actually, before that we should think about making more trees. Forester. As you can see, the forester also is kind of a blocky house, so it is watertight. Actually, let's get into some things that I need to explain. You cannot build a watertight building on top of platforms. Let's pause this one. So you can see this is a crappy platform. You need to unlock the good ones again. And you can see this clearly would not stop water. So that means you cannot put something watertight on top. Forester? Yes, it doesn't want, because if this is watertight you would have water under it, and that cause weird behavior with the water system in the game. So you can't do that. You need to put, in this case, if you want to put your forester here, you would need to build this. It's a dike, I suppose, in English. Yes, my game is in French, as you can see. You can put this needs to be on the ground and next to ground. So it gives you very limited terraforming ability, because you don't have the levee block. You don't have the dam block. You just have to do with houses, because your houses are watertight. And that is the base of the entire faction. So you can place this, for example, and then on top of this, you can at last put your forester if you want to put it here. And the way you should play the game is basically, if you want to dam the river, for example, when in a more advanced run on this map, I make a huge wall of houses in this place and stop the entire valley and have it full of water. So you can just put a lot of houses, because most of them, you don't see it here right now, but most of them are actually made watertight and stackable. That is something that I felt was lacking in the game. So here, if you go in village jobs, you can see there is another forester. You have the flags, but you have a forester house if you want to. And this is stackable too, so you can put another thing on top. Ignore this, that's not supposed to be here. You can place many things and just have them make an entire wall of house and block the water like this. Yeah, that's how the game works. So hopefully that should be fun. Okay, so your objective is to survive, of course, to make planks so that you can make the new district center. And the point is that, for example, if you go in this and you try to destroy it, don't destroy it actually right now. When you try to destroy it, it will give you a bunch of stuff. And those red icons, resource, is what I call core items. And they will be stored in their own categories. I mean, they are boxes, they will be stored just anywhere, but you need those to make some buildings. For example, you have an anvil in there, and your only way to start doing metalworking is to build this primitive ironworks at first, and this needs an anvil. So you cannot build this until you have built a new town center, and in order to build a town center you need to build planks, of course. Where are those? Industry. Log knowing station. At first you have only this crappy thing to make your planks, so that just beaver hacking at the tree with their teeth, and that's how you make your planks, because you're just stranded in the middle of nowhere and you have no other choice. So you make planks, you make this, you can destroy this, and then you can get this. And then you keep making stuff. With anvils you can build this, and this allows you to make metal fasteners, for example. And metal fasteners will allow you to make some primitive dam that can be built in the river like this, and that will stop the flow halfway, like levees or dams, whichever it was. So that will allow you to stop some water to survive the drought, and so on and so on. So there is some progression that I wanted to add in the game this way. So the most crucial thing you need to know in regard to this is that this is where your builders are at first. If you destroy this while this is not finished, you don't have any builders, so you just screwed yourself. You just cannot progress anymore. You cannot build anymore. So do not destroy this until this is constructed. And this is, of course, must be separated until it is finished. You cannot connect. It's not good. And then let's pretend this is finished. Up, click. I'm cheating a little bit. That's my special power. So now this is built. You can destroy this, and you get everything in the rubble. And then you can connect this immediately. And now everything just works fine. One thing that is important in the game, that is a limitation, not something I want to do, is, where is it? Here. Items that are on the floor like this needs to be put in a warehouse before you can actually use them. So here I'm going to put this. Let them build this right now, please. And from this point, let's do with the anvil. I can ask this to collect anvils, which is here. There is a bunch of stuff. Enjoy. And then only then they will be allowed to pick up stuff. If you want to get it faster, then prioritize this. You don't need sleep right now. And here, it takes the anvil, it just put it, and then he sees that there is an anvil, and he immediately will take it to the building site. See, here it is. So you need to do this to be able to collect those, and then you can use them. Yep, that's, I think, mostly what you need to know in this mod. No, let's go a bit further. In there you have the incredibly compact library set. In this mod you don't have the inventor. You just, you know, the thing that just makes science and you forget about it, and it's not super interesting, I think. Instead you have a library which makes science, but it costs resource, so if you're not careful you will starve yourself trying to make science, because that is fun, as everyone knows. At least that is for me. So you need a library to make this, but this thing costs 60 planks, so you will need to make a proper sawmill probably, using crude saw blades here. That will work for the sawmill, that is here. And the sawmill will require power, which is here, and you have some water wheels. Let's hide this again. And at first you have only crappy water wheels, and then once you have science you can make better ones, and then you need blueprints to make even larger one. And that's actually what I need to explain lastly before I let you to the game. Most basic buildings can be unlocked with just science points, but some of them, for example the large farmhouse, which is here, it is a very very big farmhouse that hires 8 beavers, so it's very efficient and they have bonuses and stuff. But it needs it needs a blueprint. You see the green thing with stars. And to make the blueprints you will need to eventually make a mechanics logs. Let me cheat again. I just stole the model from the inventor, but this has little to nothing to do. So you have the mechanics and you have the architects, and those can research blueprints that are very expensive and very slow to make, but once you have made it once you can duplicate it easily. So for example here, if you want to make the large farmhouse, you will need first to research the large farmhouse, and that will take some resource, and that will take 300 hours, so be ready. I mean, prepare yourself in advance, and you will be able to make the large farmhouse. To duplicate things, it's a bit messy because of game limitations again. You need to go in village jobs. Let's hide again this mess. You have the copyist and you have the artist. So you have actually the shiny and not shiny blueprints. You can make one to make the other, and inverse, and the opposite, which allows you to duplicate. You probably will manage. Yeah, so once you have science you can make those, when you have those you can make more complicated things, and when you have more complicated things you can build more interesting structures, and so on and so on and so on. And it has been 20 minutes, so I will let you to the game, and hopefully that is all you need to know. So thank you for staying with me for this time, and let's hope you have fun. You can come in the Discord. If you don't know where it is, you just go on the... If you go on the main menu, it should be there actually. Oh, Discord, here, just click here. And you go in the modding side, and you can find the dedicated thread to this mod. Yeah, see you there.